Glad to see you. Oh, Steph is joining now. Let me add Steph. Add.
Hey, Jess.
Yay!
Hey, I got
It
stuck on
worked.
Instagram, but
What are you doing?
nothing. I was messing around on Instagram. I was editing the book. I have so much blush on. I didn't mean to put this on today. My
I
lips
actually
are
think
on.
I have too much blush on, so that's really fun. I was like, Steph always looks so beautiful. Like her makeup is always so like beautiful and done, and like I always look like a teenager. So I was like, I'm putting on good makeup.
You're sweet. I just wear a lot of it.
No,
but
you
I
look great.
but the last live I didn't wear, like a couple lives back I didn't wear any because I was late for the live and I was like, "Oh my god." And I didn't ooh, I felt a little uncomfortable, but I didn't feel that uncomfortable. It wasn't as, I guess my self-esteem was stronger than I thought.
See,
Um,
you don't need it. Well,
yeah, hey,
hey, I'm so glad you're doing this. Why don't we? So we already have people in. We already have a super chat. Thank you so much, Moss. That is
thank you
so
so
kind of
much.
you. There's so many people in here already. Um, I saw Daniel Ozark. I saw Dan, Polar Opposite. He said he set an alarm.
Uh,
I see Trey, Devin. Trying not to. Oh, thank you, Dan, for
Thank
the
you so
amazing
much,
super chat.
Dan.
Thank you so much. But first, I was thinking, Steph, do we want to do just like a little introductions, like just a little bit of info about each of
Sure.
us?
Yeah.
Okay, you can go first.
Okay. So, I'm Steph. If you are not already following my channel, I think most of the people in the chat we've met. Hey, Refused.
Refuse.
Um, but I have bipolar disorder. I was diagnosed when I was 40, and I had already suffered quite a bit and had several episodes throughout my life. And so when I did get diagnosed, I thought that maybe I could share my story and take power over my illness by doing a vlog. So that's what I do. And that's how Jess and I met. And it's been a really great experience.
It has. I agree. Yeah. So you guys know. Well, I think you know. I'm Jess Curtis. So I was diagnosed really early when I was 19, but I still had a lot of struggles because I didn't get on good meds for like 10 years. So it was really when I was closer to 30 that I started doing better. But I have bipolar 1. Um, so now I'm 46. So it's been like almost 30 years since I was diagnosed. And yeah, I had some really hard, bad times. And then lately, I still have symptoms, I still have episodes, but it's been much better. Much better. So yeah, we'll take any questions and we can just like chit chat and because Steph and I talk all the time. Like we're both on YouTube and there aren't that many of us, or at least people who like don't disappear. Don't you feel like there are people that are like bipolar creators who like you see and then suddenly like they're gone?
There have been a few on YouTube, but it's fun to I don't have a lot of other creator bipolar friends other than you, Jess.
Yeah, me
Yes,
too.
yes, I do. Actually, Tiffany's my friend now that I talk to regularly. And then I have a friend who I met through the channel who is a viewer, and now she creates content, not bipolar content. There's tons of people on TikTok I noticed that are sharing their experience, which I was really happy about and really impressed with because the more people that share it's just like cool to because everybody like tells us, oh, you're so amazing for doing what you do, and we're just like, this is what we're doing to survive.
Yeah, like we're just talking about our lives. We're not trying to be like
Yeah,
brave or like people are like, oh, you're so brave. And I'm like, no, it's like I get kind of hypomanic and then I want to talk about shit, like
yeah,
it's not
well,
always noble.
yeah, but I think too, like, we live different lives, and it's really cool to connect with people who are going through the same thing, and it really makes you feel like more of a person. Like,
I agree.
like when you have people around you that are like you.
And you can like
But
feel like you can be yourself. Yeah.
yeah,
I think I
yeah.
saw a question. Um, and we can just, we can both take questions, or one of us can take. I see polar opposite said, what is more likely to cause fatigue, Lamictal, Zoloft, or Vraylar? I know you have experience with Lamictal. I've taken Zoloft before. Have you ever taken Vraylar?
I think my doctor prescribed it, and I think I took it like for 2 nights and then stopped taking it. I should have tried it. It might be something that I try in the future, but I don't have enough information on it to like give any kind of review or anything like that.
Right.
Um,
What about Lamictal? Does that cause fatigue?
no, but
I
it
didn't
all
think so.
depends on. But it depends on how it affects your body too. Like,
Yeah,
there's some medication that makes people gain weight, and then there's some medication that makes people lose weight, and then it's could be even the same medication, it just affects them differently. Abilify can make people really, really tired, I've heard. I haven't really heard anything negative about Lamictal except somebody who had a severe allergic reaction to it. And that can happen with any medication.
that can
Um,
happen. I do know Lamictal is more for bipolar depression. It's not as great at treating mania, but that's why people sometimes do like an add-on, like an antipsychotic or something when they need it. As far as Zoloft, I took it so long ago. It was like before I was diagnosed with bipolar. So I was a teenager. I don't remember it making me feel fatigue, Dan. Uh, but that's an antidepressant. So I don't go there anymore. Like, I should have never been on antidepressants, but that was when I was misdiagnosed with major depression. So, um, I see another question here. I can just pull out the question stuff if you want, because
okay.
I have my like, God, my brain. I have my computer, like I have it on my computer as well to see the chat.
Yeah.
Daniel Ozark said, how do you manage stress? I've been under stress for the past 3 weeks. I got 2 hours of sleep last night. I've been doing a new job, school, taking care of a family member. Well, that's a lot of stress. That's definitely a lot of stress. Um, what do you say, Steph? How do you manage
Um,
stress? I'm sure
well,
you do a lot of things to manage
t-
stress,
yeah,
probably.
2 hours is really scary. I'm sorry, Daniel. That sucks. Um, One of the things that really helps me is meditation, and that can help fall asleep. It can calm things down. You can even do like meditation YouTube videos that just play music or have somebody talking. Like if you go into salon and they play that quiet music in the background, there's YouTube videos that you can find that will play that relaxing music, and I found that to be really helpful. Exercise is huge. One of the big things that affects as far as stress, all my stress is usually from relationships. And because stress is like a major issue for bipolar disorder, I have to limit interactions with certain people or I'm going to have symptoms. And that's probably,
100%. 100.
yeah.
And if you're doing the many things like a new job, school, taking care of a family member, you have to find a way to have time to yourself and to like, I know they say like refill your cup or whatever it is, but like whatever that might be for you, but like also things that are stress relieving, like Steph was saying, like maybe exercise, whatever exercise you enjoy the most. Um, yeah, making sure you do get sleep, because that, for those of us with bipolar, like that is major. Um,
I
and
think it's,
and maybe that's with the aid of medication, getting sleep, you know?
yeah, with if I had that many things going on, Daniel, I would definitely be calling my psychiatrist and being like, I need to add something temporarily, or I need to adjust something on my medication. It doesn't have to be permanent. It just could be temporary for the time being because that's a lot.
That is a lot. Yeah.
I didn't see the part about taking care of a family member before. That's just like that alone is crazy and stressful. So I would suggest
Yeah.
calling your doctor.
Yeah. That's good advice. That's really good advice. Okay, I see a question from Refused. Hi, Refused. Thanks for being here. Do you have experience with quitting Zyprexa or simulator meds and then getting major insomnia? I personally don't. I tried Zyprexa once, but like I couldn't handle it. Like I slept for like 2 days, and so I definitely didn't have insomnia. When I went off it, I was like sleeping more normally. But I don't know. Do you have any experience with that?
Zyprexa made me ravenous. I gained like 10 pounds in a week. I could not stop eating. Uh, so I only took it for a very brief time. When I was hospitalized, they put me on it when I was hospitalized against my will, and it did help me bring me out of psychosis. It did help bring me out of psychosis, but it wasn't something that was gonna work for me long term. But that was a side effect that I had from that. Um,
Yeah,
that's why it's so
lately. Oh, sorry, what?
I was just gonna say, like, that's why that's one of the things people don't realize about bipolar, right? Is that it's so difficult for us to find a medication because they all affect us all differently. So you can't
Definitely.
just it's not like here goes a high blood pressure medication for your high blood pressure, here goes a pain pill. It's not like that. It's like here goes
No.
15 different options for you, and they're all going to have something negative, but you just have to pick the least negative side effect that you can deal with.
And if it even works for you, like that
Yeah.
med may not do anything for you. Like I take lithium, and I know a lot of people do have weight gain from lithium, and I never had any, which I was like, great. But then I started taking Seroquel, and it was
Sorry,
like,
again.
that's okay. And like the Seroquel caused me like major weight gain. So you just never really know. All right, let me see.
Jeff might be coming home, and that might be why they were barking.
Oh, okay.
Might be. Oh yeah, he's home, so it might be loud for a second.
It's okay.
Um,
Okay, Daniel Ozark has okay, question. Do you get injuries during episodes? I hurt my back at work and I think it was due to the bipolar. I've definitely had like especially more like hypomania mania episodes where like I'm like sore because like I don't know what I'm doing. It's not necessarily an injury, but it's like I get muscle soreness because I guess I'm just like overdoing things and not knowing it. And also, do you ever have this stuff where like if you're in like hypomania or mania and like you don't feel pain as
mhm.
much? Like I have this hairbrush. I brush my hair every night and it's like really it's almost like a painful but I like it. It's like sort of like a slight pain, but if I'm in
um,
hypomania and I brush my hair, I'm like, why am I not feeling it? Like I just
yeah.
don't feel it.
Yeah. I don't necessarily notice that, but when I was in my fourth psychotic episode, they had take put me in the hospital against my will, and I remember them taking pictures of me because I had bruises from head to toe. And I don't know if it was something that happened to me that I blacked out, but I think a lot of it was just like bumping into stuff, and like cuz I'm moving so
Right.
fast, and like I think I had like I was also really, really skinny. I lost tons of weight at the time. So
Yeah.
even just sitting certain ways would give me a bruise. Um yeah, it's you're just not you're not as focused, I think.
I think
So
that's yeah, I think that's true. And Daniel, that's probably like you could have easily hurt your back and you were just like moving through it and not paying attention and yeah, I could see that. They
um
said there's a question from Refused. Did we miss a question? I'm gonna go back up and look. Oh no, I think we answered the one about Zyprexa.
mm.
Um,
Wait, real quick, Jess, how was your trip and like how because I we haven't talked in a while, you guys. So let's just take a minute
a quick yes.
to check in with everybody, and if anybody has anything fun they want to share in the chat that's been going on, because I know you just did a work trip. How did that go stress wise? How's Brian and your daughter and Pearson? How's everybody?
Well, everything's good, but there were a lot of like bumps and hiccups. So I got through the work portion. I was not sleeping well for like So we went to DC. I went to DC by myself, and I was there for 2 days for the work trip until like my family came and met me, and they drove down. So the first 2 days, I was like super busy. I was not sleeping well. It was like not great. And then I realized I didn't bring my levothyroxine, which is like thyroid medicine,
Uh-huh.
which, like, if I'm going to forget something, it's better than forgetting like my bipolar meds. But like,
Yes.
it can affect it, the thyroid stuff, it can affect things. So my doctor is amazing, and he called it into a pharmacy in DC. So I actually didn't miss it. I still took it. And then, we were just like doing so much walking and stuff. And like Brian with his spinal cord tumor stuff, like he was like, oh no, I'm fine. And so I just like took his word for it. And we did way too much walking. And also before the trip, I hope Brian's okay with me saying this stuff, but he was starting to like realize he had a kidney stone.
Oh
So he was
no.
feeling pain from that, but it kind of like comes and goes, the pain.
Yeah.
So he was sort of okay, but then on the trip it got worse. So he was like resting a lot, and like I was taking Pearson to like the hotel pool and stuff, which was like fine. But I have to take meds to travel. Like, so
Yeah.
all of us with bipolar, we pretty much all have other health problems, right? So I have this thing
Yeah.
called disembarkment syndrome, which is like a rare neurological condition. So when I travel, once I travel, if I don't take medication, it feels like I'm rocking on a boat. And if I don't take it, it'll feel like I'm rocking on a boat, like kind of dizzy for like 2 months after, which is not good. So I took the medication, but the medication I have to take is diazepam, like Valium. So it makes me like super sleepy. And then, so I had to take it again to come home. And I was still starting to feel like I was like dizzy. So I had to
Does
keep
the
taking more.
does the disembarkment syndrome have anything to do is that really rare? Is that anything that people with bipolar disorder, is it from taking so much medication? Like what's the cause of it, and
No.
it's
So
not
they don't
related at
really
all?
understand it. It's very rare. But if you have chronic migraine, you have a much higher percentage of having disembarkment syndrome. And like 40% of people with bipolar have chronic migraine. So it's like
Um,
very indirectly possibly related, but it's
yeah.
not really. But so if you have migraines, you have a better chance, but it's super rare. But so anyway, long story short, long story long is like I've been having to take all this diazepam like even since I got home on Wednesday to try to ward off this dizziness. So
Mhm.
like I don't think I'm going to have any hypomania or anything, but I don't really know because I feel like these benzos would be like masking it because it makes me so
Um,
tired.
yeah.
So I did do like a bit of a travel vlog. It was like really hit or miss, but like I'm gonna put it together, but I'm not gonna like finish it until like I don't know, a few more days to see how I'm actually feeling
Yeah.
and if I'm fine. Like if I'm not, I think I'm fine, but I don't know for sure.
I love doing travel vlogs, but nobody ever watches them. So
No,
on
people
my
don't watch
channel
mine either.
anyway.
But I've like, but actually sometimes it's like more for me because it's like memories from my trip.
Yeah,
But
right? Yeah.
anyway, sorry, I saw that you got a new car.
I know, I'm so excited. I had the same car for 15 years.
That's
So,
awesome.
and I really didn't want to get a new car. And I was thinking this morning, I sometimes I wake up with really sad memories or flashbacks. And this morning I did wake up with flashbacks and sad memories. I don't know what brought it up, but I thought about my dog Freddie and when he died. And I've been
Mm,
thinking about him a lot lately. And it has to do with the fact that he was hit by a car on the corner,
yeah.
and usually I don't take that way, but recently, because there's two different ways I can go. I can go left before and not take the road where Freddie was where he got, gone. Um, or I can go a different way. And so a couple of times this week I went the way that he, so I don't know if that's
That
it, but
that could easily be it.
yeah, so this morning I was thinking about, how he how he passed and everything, and that was making me feel sad. And then that tumbled onto thinking about Sebastian and missing Sebastian, my other dog that just passed away.
Yeah,
So yeah, so I've lost so many animals over the years, like, and they're family to me. So
I know.
I miss them all, and
Of course.
they don't. I would rather miss them than forget them. You
No,
know.
I agree. I was just talking about like my dog Lucy, like we were away from her for the trip and I missed her so much. And then last night she was throwing up and she like,
Oh no.
and I was like, what's wrong? And she was just acting like lethargic. And I was like, oh my God, like what's happening? Like, do we need to take her to the emergency vet? Like she was fine. But of course I'm just like,
Yeah.
can't lose her, like
Yeah.
sometimes your pets are like they're not only part of the family, but like if you have bipolar or if you have like a
Yeah.
chronic illness, like they're real support.
Yeah. If you are in a living situation where you can have a pet, even if you're in a situation, okay, like let me just say, if you're alone and you need somebody to love, even if you can't have pets in your apartment, there are still animals that you can get. Like I had a hamster when I was little, and that was my first like deep connection with an animal. And
Oh,
and I just think for those of us with bipolar, it can be lonely, and it can be hard to relate. And if we have somebody that loves us unconditionally there, because believe it or not, a hamster will love you. Um like or a fish or whatever,
yeah,
or
like,
lizard, or there are small animals that you can get.
and it's a connection. Oh, there's
Yeah.
a Mosh just gave a super
Thank you,
chat for
Moss.
you,
Thank you, Moss.
and
um
I'll figure out a way to like share the super chats because you deserve some of the super chats too. And we'll do another
I don't
live on
know,
your channel,
but I don't know
right?
how they do it if we're doing it together.
I don't know, but we'll
They
do one
might
on your
like
channel too,
Yeah,
so we can.
they might like just split it automatically.
They might. Oh, Darren
Thank you, Little
Sanderson,
Cat.
hey, you made it. I love that. Oh, and Willow the cat, thank you so much for the super chat. You're
Thank you, Little
amazing.
Cat.
I know you're on Steph's channel too. I know.
Yeah.
We're getting all like the same people now. It's like kind of cool. Like,
Yeah. No, yeah, definitely.
I love that. But what
Yeah.
was I just thinking of? I
We
was
have the
thinking
same
about
we have the
you said,
same friend group.
I know we have the same friend group. I was thinking about you're talking about like being lonely and like I feel like I was thinking of making a video and I have to think it through, but like I feel like now I do have so many friends. Like I have so many friends through the bipolar community, like people in real life, but also like people like you, like people I know like through social media and all that
Uh-huh.
stuff. And I was thinking about like when I was in my 20s and I was like more newly diagnosed and I was so lonely. Like
Yeah.
I had friends, but I didn't have a ton of friends. And I remember like always feeling because I was in my 20s, I felt like I should be going out all the time,
Yeah.
going out every night and going places. And I just felt like so embarrassed that I wasn't always doing that. And I like just didn't want people to know. Like I didn't want people to know that like I was that lonely and like didn't have as many friends. And it was so hard. And that was before social media and everything. Cause I'm old, like that was like before all this. And I was just thinking like, how lucky am I to like have all these people now? And part of it is because like, we put ourselves out there, right?
Yeah.
Like we started YouTube channels, but I mean, you don't have to have a YouTube channel. Like
Yeah.
you can be on Instagram or Facebook or whatever. You don't even have to put your own picture up. You can just
Yeah.
like,
Oh, yeah, there's people that put up just memes,
yeah,
to inform people about bipolar disorder. And like I'm telling you, like it gives you power over your illness. And it don't you feel that way, Jess? Like,
yeah.
And in terms of the loneliness you were talking about, like, I always felt like I was carrying like a dark secret. Even before I had my diagnosis, like I knew there was something wrong with me. I just didn't know what it was. And I always felt like because of my past, I was like hiding something or being dishonest with the world or who I was. And yeah, like it was like a skeleton in my closet or something.
Definitely. And even after I was diagnosed, I mean, I that's how I acted for like at least 10 years. No, more than 10 years. It was probably like 15 years of like no one can know this. I need to act like I am just like everyone else,
Yeah.
like neurotypical. And I did it fairly. I mean, I didn't always do it well, but like for the most part, like when I did tell someone, they were shocked that I had bipolar. And I'm like, that's because you haven't seen me in an episode, you
Yeah.
know? Like, like
Yeah.
there's a reason, you
Yeah.
know? But people don't understand it. Like people who don't understand it, they think like we're walking around, we're constantly in an episode, you know, like we're
Yeah.
constantly acting like differently than how we normally act, which is
Being
totally
being
untrue.
erratic. Yeah.
Right. Wait, I
Being
think I
erratic or
think I missed something.
yeah, Polar Opposite was saying 99% of the videos were made by random people while manic. I didn't see that as much, but I have researched by bipolar for and I found a lot of really good vlogs. But like Jess was saying, a lot of the creators will stop creating. I found like they'll like
Yeah,
stop around like 1,500 subscribers or they'll just stop posting. There was a guy who had a
right.
really good channel and I don't know what happened to his channel. I was looking for it the other day, but he had a really good channel and he just stopped posting. And now
I know who you're talking about, but I can't think of what
this
was
is
his
Phil's
channel called?
bipolar. This is Phil's bipolar. It was something
Yes,
like that. Yeah, I can't find his
that's
channel
it.
anymore.
And some people either get burned out or they're not doing well or I mean, I
Yeah,
get it. I totally get it. It's just you also want to be like, are you okay? Like you're
yeah.
concerned. Here's a question I think I missed a while back. Trey's Musings said, just began exploring bipolar with the treatment team. In early days, did you get weird attempts to debunk like sleep disorders, autism, cyclothymia, despite manic episodes and major depression? Well, like I said, I was initially diagnosed with major depression, but then a year later, I had this like massive mania episode with psychosis. I mean, there was like no denying that something else was happening. And then I was immediately diagnosed with bipolar 1. So the only thing I was misdiagnosed with was major depression, which made sense at the time. And I didn't have a family history of bipolar. So
It's better that your psychiatrist takes their time in determining what is wrong with you and making your like I got my diagnosis, but I was also in group therapy for 7 months where it was like monitored and confirmed that was my diagnosis. And sometimes you have multiple diagnoses, like like I have ADHD and bipolar. For a while, I had very prevalent PTSD. It's a lot better now.
yeah, I
Um,
did too. I
it
did too.
doesn't yeah, it doesn't really go away, but you can get better from it to where it doesn't disrupt your life as much as
Right.
yeah.
I mean, I think it's good, but at the same time, like Trey, like I wonder how long they're taking to go through all these other possible diagnoses. I mean, that could be, if you truly do have bipolar, that could be hard too, right? Because that could mean like maybe you're not getting the treatment that you need.
Yeah. Yeah, that is definitely true.
So, and
I
there's
did it.
nothing wrong. I mean, I don't know how you feel, Steph. I had to go to like 5 psychiatrists before, not to get the right diagnosis, but to get the correct or, good medication that actually worked for me. So, like, there's nothing wrong with trying another psychiatrist, in my opinion, getting a second opinion on either a diagnosis or on medication. Like, how do you feel about that?
If you don't love your psychiatrist, get a different one. Like, that's my opinion, like, because they're the ones who are your lifeline and responsible for your life and how healthy you're gonna be. I got really lucky. I've had some bad psychiatrists, a couple of them that were pretty lousy, but the one I have now is she's I got really lucky with her. She typically treats children, and she was taking new patients at the time, and she used to work for disability, and interview people and recommend them for services or whatever. And she has two different offices, and she has tons of patients, but she does Zooms now, so it's a lot easier. I don't have to go into her office all the time, and I just like I love her. And so many people have psychiatrists that just don't listen to them, or like they're just you just sometimes you just have to change. If your gut is telling
Yeah,
you like something's going, if your gut is telling you that your psychiatrist is not the best psychiatrist for you, call your insurance company and see if you can get a new one.
I
Um,
agree. And I
yeah.
also think like I've had psychiatrists who were like good people and seemed like they were meaning well, but they weren't really listening to me. They weren't like I was having so many episodes. I was like basically rapid cycling and they were not truly trying new meds. They would just like add on some stuff. Like they would add on like Ambien for sleep or they would add on something for
Oh,
anxiety, but like they weren't changing my mood stabilizer or like trying an antipsychotic. And I
yeah,
didn't know better at the time.
yeah,
I didn't know what, but it took me trying other doctors to like for them to try different meds too. And
yeah,
that's what finally worked. And, I'm not expecting to like take a pill and I'm like magically never going to have symptoms again. I get that. But like,
yeah.
if
But
you
there
feel
might
you're
also,
having too many episodes or you're constantly like going in and out of episodes, maybe there's something better, you know? It's worth a
yeah,
shot.
yeah, totally.
And I see Moss, you said that Ashkar had a question about meds, but I can't find it. So Ashkar, if you could please put it in the chat again. I just can't see it. I'm sorry. But I would love to, answer.
Your chat is okay. Jess, that's so crazy because I was just gonna say your channel's been so good about not having
What?
bots and spam. I
Oh
don't.
no, I think Moss is deleted. We have our
Oh,
amazing
she is
moderator.
Oh, okay, she's mine. Okay,
I'm
so
sure
that's
she's
why.
deleting stuff. Thank you, Moss. I
Yeah.
was trying to do it on your live yesterday. It is hard to like keep up. Another question, how do you deal with shame? I'm trying to overcome it. People just want to throw it away. I have ADHD and it's frustrating the lack of support.
For ADHD,
Well, I'm guessing he means for bipolar and ADHD.
like lack of support, like among family and stuff, or loved ones or friends.
Probably. I mean, there's gonna be shame, like there's gonna be like self stigma where like you're putting it on yourself, and then there's gonna be like other people making you feel shame or like their stigma, with bipolar. It's two different things, but it ends up being, the same kind of feelings, which I think a lot, if it's people, like people who are loved ones or people who are friends and stuff, a lot of it can be helped with education. Like if they are willing to like read stuff online or like like go on YouTube, watch videos or like learn about it from you, but I feel like some people are not, they're not willing
No, some people are
to do
not, and they don't. Sometimes, like especially our generation, like we're like our parents are like if you're diagnosed late like me, like I'm an adult and my parents see me as grown, like they don't really need to be there in the way that like a younger person who's just newly getting diagnosed, their parents might be. So for people like our generation, it might be especially difficult, because the older generation was a lot more stigmatized. Like bipolar disorder and psychotic illnesses have come a long way from where they used to be. There's still massive stigma, but with older generation, it's harder to get people to participate and want to learn about your illness because they're older and they just want to relax and enjoy their life. They're they're in a place where everybody has their different reasons. Some people can't handle it. Some people are just, but the thing is I find too, not only do the people that we hurt when we have episodes and stuff, not only do they need to not take things personally, we also need to learn to not take things personally. Because a lot of people are going to have ideas and opinions about us, and they're not going to understand who we are. And so their understanding is flawed. So we absolutely cannot take their opinion about us as something that we should consider as truth.
As
So,
fact. I
yeah.
totally agree. And I think something that's helped me too, and it's taken a long time, of course, but like removing myself, like who I am from the illness. Like if
Mhm.
I'm having symptoms, it's very hard to do that at times, but also if you can remember like I'm having symptoms of this disorder. Like that's what this is. It's happening because that's what happens, sometimes with this. But that's not who I am. Like who I am is who I am when I'm stable and I'm like I feel like I'm a good person and I'm usually, like
Yeah.
mostly I try to be a good person. I try to be a supportive person, supportive friend, all those things. Maybe I'm not always doing that when I'm depressed or manic or in a mixed episode and I'm trying to do my best. But I'm not going to feel shame about something that truly is an illness, you know?
Mhm.
Or
Yeah.
I'm gonna try not to.
Yeah.
But I agree with you, and I think I was lucky because, like, my dad was a therapist. Someone from his generation usually would not be so understanding and,
Yeah.
like, supportive, but he was amazing, and my mom as well because she was married to a therapist. But,
Yeah.
I realized that most people are not that lucky.
And also culturally too, there are some cultures where it's still very frowned upon to have any kind of mental illness or mental disorder. Um, so that can be especially hard for people, and then it makes it even harder to get help in some countries where they don't have the services that are
Definitely.
available. So it's really something that we have to continue talking about, because who else is going to be there for the people who are in like India, and people have different ideas about, like there's stigma everywhere, and
But
some
some
people.
places it's more. Yeah, I agree. I have
Yeah.
people messaging me a lot, like DMing me on Instagram who live in India and like they'll say, they'll ask for advice on something that's really like a medical, like I can't give advice on it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
you need to talk to your doctor. And they're like, well, I can't because it's not as you know, like he can only see his doctor once a year or something. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's hard.
There was.
Um, I saw something, but now, of course, I've like totally. Someone said, and I've lost it now, but they were saying, "Oh, with bipolar one, do you have any depression?" And so I've seen like the criteria for bipolar one. It actually you have to have mania, but like you don't technically have to have depression. But most, I think, nearly everyone with bipolar one still have depressive episodes. I mean, I do.
Yeah.
Right? Like you've had
Yeah.
depression, right?
Yeah, for me, that's what I was going to bring up a few minutes ago. Was for me, Stockholm syndrome is a real issue because I was undiagnosed for so long. So I'll have symptoms and then feel like, oh, I'm just, like I'm just calling these symptoms and they're, like I'll doubt my own judgment in what's happening with me, or I'll feel bad saying, oh, well, I was symptomatic, even though that was the reality. You know what I mean? Like I'll
Yeah.
feel like, because so many people say they use bipolar as an excuse. And Jeff and I are in marriage therapy right now to be able to communicate better, because it's hard having a bipolar wife, and we need to communicate better. It's not all because of me. It's
Yeah.
both of us.
Right.
I just say that, but we were in a therapy session, and I was trying to explain to. We were talking about a blow up that I had had, and how we were unable to communicate. And I was saying it was a day that I was having really bad symptoms. I was experiencing symptoms. I did not behave right, and she's like, and the counselor said, "You have uh, I forget the word that she used, but she's like, you have a psychotic illness, like, or you have a mental, your prefrontal cortex does not work the same." And she reminded me and kind of shut down my own Stockholm syndrome in that moment. And I felt very validated, and I felt very safe in that moment, because it's true. I do. And even though I accept my mental illness, and I talk about my illness, and I talk about how it makes me feel online, I still experience shame. Like I
And I think
still
we all will, like, it will still pop up, even though, like, I know I've gotten better with it. It sounds like you've gotten better with it, but it still happens. And I still doubt myself too. Like this fall, I was feeling really sad about a situation with my family member. And, kind of like taking that on and feeling upset about it. But I was like, well, I'm not depressed. I'm just kind of like sad, whatever. And it was lasting for like a few weeks. And finally, I think I did a video about it where like I looked up the actual symptoms, within like bipolar depression. I think it was like
Mhm.
Mayo Clinic or something. And I definitely fit the criteria of being in a depressive episode, and I didn't know. And I was just like, oh, I'm not, like I was just
Yeah.
like doubting it. But truly I wasn't. It was just a little different from what I normally experience.
Yeah.
But it still was depression, you
Yeah. Well,
know?
I think we're just so used to powering through that
Yeah.
sometimes we don't even realize how hard we're working to exist and not.
That's a very good way to
You
put
know what I
it.
mean? You know what I mean? Yeah.
No, exactly. Um, Let me see.
Hi, Yvonne. I saw you in the chat and I didn't say hi, so I'm just saying hi.
Yeah.
And I said hi to Will the cat, PTSD demon. Hi, refused. Hi,
Sorry if
Joel.
I've missed stuff, guys. Put it back in the chat if I've.
Yeah, sometimes it gets confusing. I think I did block that bot.
Oh, good. Oh,
So,
Yvonne said, when I get manic, no sleeping aid whatsoever helps. Has this happened to you? Explain what you guys do. I don't use sleeping aids. I increase an antipsychotic. That's what's always worked for me. But sometimes I have to increase it like more than I did in the past, kind of thing. I mean, this is under my doctor's care. But I personally use Seroquel, which is extremely sedating. And that's what I kind of need. But like the last time I was having hypomania, like this spring, I had to increase it just much more than I ever had, and that scared me. But I also had to get sleep. I mean, I had to. So what do you think, Steph?
so when I start having issues with sleep, I have to call my psychiatrist, and she will up the dose on stuff. So I take hydroxyzine for anxiety and sleep when I have issues sleeping. And I started off on like 25 milligrams, and she bumped it up to 50. Um, the last time I was having issues sleeping and I was starting to feel hypomanic. So it's usually meds is the first thing I have to do for sleep, because it has to be fixed right away.
Exactly.
It can't be something that's going to be an issue for more than a couple of days. If it goes to like 3 days, that's like danger zone for me.
That's what I
Um,
say. 3 days. That's exactly what I say.
yeah.
3 days is danger zone. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and even like if it's like 3 days in a row with less than 5 hours of sleep, then that can be an issue for me too. Um, but Summer got sick last week and I stayed up the entire night and I did not go hypomanic. And I know it's because I had been taking my Geodon because I was starting to feel slightly elevated earlier in the week. And it's just the medication is so powerful in preventing us from going psychotic. It's so important, from feeling a manic episode. And the dangers with depression are so severe too. Like
Hmm.
our rates of leaving on our own this planet are so high compared to everyone else.
Right.
So and sleep is like medicine. It's if there's order of importance, I think it's medicine, sleep, and support system. Like those are the top three. Like you have to have all three of those. So and I think that while there are people who maybe can do it on their own, like we have to have a support system. We have to have somebody that in our life. If we don't have a support system in our friends and family, we can have each other. But there has to be some sort of help in that way.
No, you're right. And I just did a video. It was called like five. I don't even know. My brain's on volume. It was like the top five like things I use to manage bipolar or something like that. And yeah, meds number one, sleep number two. I actually didn't include support people because I think I just take that for granted so much. But I think I
Yeah.
did. I think number three was like exercise. Four was nutrition. I don't know. I'm leaving one out. I'm definitely leaving one out. But like meds is like
Was it
tip
journaling?
top for me. And then sleep is like close to meds almost. Cause I feel
Mhm.
like sleep is a major therapy and like such a I mean, if you're not getting your sleep, like you said, even if I start losing like a few hours and that happens like 3 days in a row, I mean that's
Yeah.
like scary times. Like that's I'm gonna go hypomanic, but that isn't under control quickly, you know.
Yeah.
And it has to be with meds usually because at that point I can't just like will myself to
I
sleep.
know, right? The more you're awake, the harder it is to go to sleep.
Right.
Like, and like waking up at like it's happened to me where I'll wake up at like 5 in the morning, wide awake, and I cannot go back to sleep. And I just want to get out of bed so bad and start doing stuff that I will have to force myself to go get my headphones and put on some kind of relaxing music so I can go back to sleep. And that doesn't always work.
I mean, yeah, sometimes it works. It doesn't always like I use a sleep mask and like sometimes that'll work, like it'll trick me, but you know, if I'm truly like starting to go into hypomania, like that nothing works, you know. Like,
Yeah.
and you don't feel like you need sleep. You feel
Yeah.
like I can just get up.
Yeah.
So that's part of the problem. Um Let me see. Sorry if I missed stuff, guys. Um,
You polar opposite, you can't sleep during depressive episodes? That's like totally opposite for me. All I want to do is sleep.
I have trouble sleeping sometimes during depression. Yeah,
Really?
but it's not as bad as like during hypomania or mania. But like, yeah, I will wake up early. That can be a sign of depression too if you're waking up
Mm.
early. I mean, could also be a sign of hypomania.
Yeah.
But sorry, I love you guys are like talking so much. I love it, but I sometimes I miss things because like there is okay, I went back a little bit. Trade Musing said a big issue I also have is I began suppressing and repressing things to avoid labels when I was being discriminated against. Not until the past 3 or 4 years did I start opening up again. Yeah, if you feel like you're being discriminated against, of course you're gonna like probably go into your shell and like not wanna be open. I mean, and no one has to be open about having bipolar. Like there could be lots of reasons not to do it. Like maybe where you work. it wouldn't be acceptable, or maybe maybe you just don't want to, you know? Like that's fine
Yeah.
too.
I
But
think I think the key is like you don't have to tell people, but you have to like find a way to love yourself. And so like I mean,
yeah,
what the book that I'm writing is all about, like my episodes and stuff. And one of the main focuses is how the medical healthcare system has failed us. Um, Jess, you have a family member who was there, so you immediately had someone to help you. But most people
don't.
don't, and
Yeah.
their families go crazy trying to help them. So that's one of the things that I'm talking about. But one of the main things that I'm talking about too is like we've been through so much stuff and our lives can be so hard and so complicated. But for me, I had to find a way to love being able to have had those experiences no matter how horrible they were, because
Mhm.
they've they've helped shape who I am, and they've shown me things that other people don't get to see about the world or about the mind or about different ways of thinking and things like that. Um, I had to get in order to love myself, I had to s- learn to appreciate the traumas that I have.
No,
um,
I know what you mean. And also like I found like using humor, like sometimes like with different like manic episodes I've had or things that I've done, like some of it is not funny in any way, but like so in sometimes, you can find like humor in
yeah,
it, and like I don't know if you ever do that, but like some of it
it's
I'm just like I cannot believe some of that stuff. Like, and it
yeah.
almost is kind of funny.
It's it, the first time I was able to laugh about my any type of psychotic episodes was a very freeing feeling, and it was when I did a live with Athena. I don't know if you remember Athena, Jess, but
Oh yeah.
yeah, she
No, I remember her, but
yeah,
is she the one who's still having some
yeah,
trouble?
yeah, she's
Okay.
not well, and that's one of the that's one. Sorry, I just opened the door. That's one of the things that I take for granted, and I think a lot of us take for granted, is that not everybody does survive bipolar. Not everybody gets to a point where they're like, okay, I have been delusional for a year. I need to take my medication now. Some people get stuck in a delusion for very, very long time. Um, and I think she's in like residential housing or some kind
Oh.
of place, but she's surrounded by somebody that's not doesn't have her best interest at heart, and that
Mhm.
can happen a lot when you have bipolar disorder. You can surround yourself with people that are only going to hurt you. And I'm talking about when you're not being treated. She doesn't believe that she's bipolar.
So it's like the full on like anosognosia, like she does
Yeah,
not,
yeah,
and that's
yeah,
the worst, it's like the worst thing, really.
yeah.
Because in that case, so is she refusing medication?
So we were friends, and then she got angry with me because she was in psychosis, and I was questioning where she was. And I, of all people, should know that you shouldn't do that. That's not how you can talk to somebody, is by questioning them when they're in that state.
Yeah.
And
Well,
she got angry and hung up on me, and we didn't talk. And then she was hanging around somebody who was using, and the person that she was hanging out with got hit by a car on the freeway. Um, she was walking on the freeway, and
oh
so
wow.
Athena texted me or messaged me on Instagram, "Hey, uh, what I forgot her name, but she told me she died," and I was like, "Geez, that's crazy." But she had already like ended her friendship with her, but she started having mania, and everybody became the enemy, which is totally classic with bipolar disorder.
Right.
That's completely normal, what she's experiencing, or symptoms. She just hasn't gotten out of it, and I hope that she does, because when she got out of the the group home that she was in, and we started hanging out. Like, she's such an amazing person, and she's
No,
so
she
cool,
seemed
and so
great. Like she
yeah.
was like, and she was very I don't know, she was just like a bright light. Like she was definitely not symptomatic when I saw
Yeah.
her on your channel.
Yeah, but we were laughing about our symptoms of together, and that
Right.
was the first time I was ever able to do it. Because usually, like, Jeff will bring stuff up sometimes, and I'll be like sick to my stomach because I'll feel embarrassed or ashamed. Um,
Yeah.
but with her, I was able to laugh about it. Um, but
Well, I think
yeah,
if it's someone who's had like not the same experiences, but like a shared kind of they've been through it, they get it, and it's like
yeah, yeah,
it can be easier
yeah,
to laugh about it.
yeah,
I want to take I try to only do like an hour for these just so it's not too much for like us or for people in the chat and everything.
yeah.
So
Um,
Trey's musing said you can try mindfulness activities, grounding, 5 4 3 2 1, urge surfing as a couple things. You can also hold an ice cube. So like giving some, and he said he still deals with urges here and there, but he's largely free of it now. So I guess there's ways of coping, but I'm sure
wait,
it's not easy. Oh, and someone asked what the topic. We're finishing up soon, but we're talking about like kind of all things bipolar disorder. Steph and I both have bipolar 1. And if you're still in here, if you could please like the live, it does help, and subscribe. Subscribe to my channel if you want to. I would love that. Subscribe to Steph's channel. Her handle is in the title of the live, so you can go on over there right after we're done and subscribe to her channel as well. She's it's my favorite bipolar channel. I
really?
mean, yes,
Oh,
of
you're the only one that
course.
I watch. No,
And
I
you're
want,
and
well,
you're doing so many shorts lately.
you and Tiffany. Tiffany
Who's
has a real,
Tiffany?
Tiffany is somebody that
What's the name of her channel?
shoot. I'm gonna put it, I'll put it
Put it
in the
like in the
comments
comments
after.
after.
Yeah, because because she's on really active on TikTok and Instagram, I think. But she just started her YouTube channel, so she could totally use an audience there. And I'm gonna go live with her next Thursday.
Oh,
So she can't actually go live yet because of her subscriber count, but I think that she can do a live with me if I host. So
yeah, I'm not sure, but hopefully that would work out.
yeah,
I don't know if I've seen her channel, but I'm not, it's like I see a lot of things, but then I don't always, remember.
yeah, I'll
There's like a
tag you.
lot of,
I'll tag you on her stuff. Um
okay. Well, final thoughts. We're just finishing up. Any final thoughts, Steph?
um Final thoughts, like, in regards to stress and
Or
handling life.
just
I
bipolar or
Yeah. Okay, so I always, like, one of the main purposes of my channel is if you are a loved one with someone bipolar and they are in an episode and they say mean things to you or they accuse you of things, don't ever take that personally. Don't ever think that it's like a deep seated emotion that they're keeping from you and all of a sudden it's coming out. It's not a truth serum. It is something that typically they're in another dimension, and you it comes from a place that doesn't exist. So that's a huge thing that I always say on my channel. I always like to leave that with family members because I know how difficult it is for them. And then if you have bipolar disorder, just hang out with us. It'll all be good. Like, we make each other feel better. Like, we can be friends and bond together and heal together. So that's how I that's my those
no,
are my thoughts.
I agree, and that's what I was sort of gonna say. Like being part of like some sort of community is definitely helpful. It has helped me so much with my bipolar. I mean, along with like medication and all those other things, sleep, of course, but really like getting to know people who have bipolar as well and just like feeling, I don't know, like just being able to feel like who I am matters, and like I feel like I am I'm fine just the way I am.
Yeah.
Like this is who I am. This is how I'm always going to be. right? Like, and I'm going to have symptoms sometimes, but I'm also going to have long periods, hopefully without symptoms, where I can just like live life and like feel good and feel like myself, and like having people around to talk to who understand, or even just people who are here to learn, like you said, like people who have family members or they love someone who has bipolar. I'm just like so happy those people are here as well, because we all have a lot to learn. I've learned so much. I mean, I'm still learning all the
Yeah.
time, and I've had this for like 27 years. So I get so much out of it, and I hope you all get something out of it, and we can just like keep hanging out. I just love
Yeah.
doing the lives. I'm so glad I started doing these this
I know
year.
they are fun.
It's great.
It's a lot more, I mean, I love doing videos, but when you're doing the lives, you can interact with people, and that's way more fun. Because when you make a video, you just make the video, and you can interact with people in the comments, but it's not quite the same.
No, it's not the same. But
And
it
I
is, it's all good, but like, yeah, it's like Joel Cortez says, it's like a group therapy session.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
Okay,
you need the connection. I feel like that's
yeah,
really important. Like people feel, especially I know I did. I felt so lonely and isolated when I had bipolar. I didn't want anyone to know. And if I'd had a community like this where I could talk and like not have to be public, like I don't
yeah,
even have to give my name.
yeah.
I think it would have made a huge difference earlier on.
And Polar Opposite said that he is on the subscription service of Polar Warriors. I forgot that guy's name, but
I don't remember.
yeah, I can't remember his name. But he hosts Zoom sessions. So I'm thinking maybe in the
Oh,
future, that might be fun to do with people. Totally, like, if they want to come on a Zoom, then we can hang out and see each
we
other.
can think about that. Dan, maybe we can talk to you about it, because I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah, I thought his name might be Rob, because my brother's name
Yeah,
is
Rob.
Rob.
It's Rob. It's Rob. Yeah.
But yeah, polar opposite, like let's talk about it, because I'm curious how that goes, or like how they run them, or
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But I thought that might be because we can like build a support group for each other. We can't all talk about like, hey, this shitty thing happened to me, or, like I'm having this problem in whatever relationship and stuff. Like,
Okay.
what else are we going to do? So,
Right. And Dan said that you have his email.
yes, I do.
So we'll start a little email chain. We'll just talk about it a little bit. But for now, I'm loving doing the lives. It's just been so good. And yeah, so I'm putting out that travel just to like what's next. I'm putting out that travel vlog next week. My family is involved in this one. I'm trying to like not show my daughter's face, but you'll definitely hear her talking and stuff. But she's like, I want to be in the video. And I'm like, I know you do, but you're 10 years old and I'm not putting you on YouTube yet. So
What's the YouTube age? 12?
I don't know,
13?
but like for me, it's like you need to be an adult to
Yeah.
decide.
Yeah,
like
yeah, right.
like you may not want this later in life,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. It's hard for the day and age that we're in, because th- this is the reality. Like,
Oh yeah, she wants to be a YouTube
it's
star. She's like, I can be on your page, and I'm like, let's just wait and see. Like she knows that it's a bipolar, page,
tell her
but
to bring, yeah, but tell her to bring you her business plan. Like,
yes.
is she going to do a YouTube on elephants and how rare they are, or pick a different, you know what I mean? Tell her, okay, make a business plan. Tell
Oh,
me what
she's
you're going
ready.
to
She
do.
already makes videos. They're just not being posted anywhere. So
Oh,
she's completely ready. But anyway, we'll let you guys go. Thank you so much for coming and
yeah,
contributing and
thanks.
everything. Thank you to the mods. And I'm going to start modding for Steph
Thank
when I
you,
can
Moss.
too.
Yeah.
I see Molly, you showed up. Oh, she said we look like
I know. I
sisters.
just, I just saw that.
I
You
take
guys
that as a
just,
huge compliment.
I think that's a huge compliment as well.
Oh, thank you. And Moss, you're doing amazing at modding today. Thank you. And thank you for all
Yeah.
the super chats. Thank you for all the super chats from everyone.
Yeah.
And I'll be doing this again in 2 weeks. Not sure if it'll be a solo live in 2 weeks or I'll have another guest, but we'll see. And I'll hopefully be on Steph's channel soon doing a live with her.
Yeah. And on this coming Thursday, I'm going to do a live with Tiffany. And
With
but I'm
Tiffany.
going to leave her details in the once this video is posted. I'll put her details in the comments.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm excited
Yeah.
to meet someone new.
Yeah, she's really cool. And if you ever have, like, if you've had substance issues, you might relate to her because she has been through that as well, on top of her bipolar disorder. So
That's a great resource because I know there are a lot of, people with bipolar who have substance abuse issues or past issues, things like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
All right. Well, it's been so
Okay.
fun.
Thank you
See
guys
you
so
guys
much
soon.
for
Yeah, thank
Will,
you.
Kat, Joel, Yvonne.
Yes. All right. Bye,
Okay.
guys.
Bye, you guys. Thank you. See you later, Jess.
Bye.